Meow. 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 I was just having a very stimulating conversation with Sam there. Błyskawica? Giveaway is global. The codes work everywhere. Skull Helmet. Leon? I think I played the Leon last stream. Błyskawica I could do. Oklahoma! Oh, I could do the Oklahoma, I suppose. Went from Georgia secondaries to, you know, you can play this full secondaries. They did actually try and do a full secondary spec captain. We could maybe give that a go. Which is what this captain here is. So, manual secondaries. And that gets me out to 7.3 km. Is that with... Did I also put the... Ah, no, I need to swap that. So, yeah, you give up main battery range to do that. So, full secondaries, 8.3. Oh, okay. I didn't have to grind for this, by the way. Disclaimer at the start. This was given to me by Wargaming, which is a thing I apparently should be remembering to say in at least videos. I don't know if it counts in streaming, but anyway. There it is. Is it slow? Yes. It's actually slower than the other standards. If it didn't have that god-awful AP penetration, then I don't know. It might be a bit more acceptable, a bit more fun, but as it is, the guns just sap any fun you might have had. The way I pronounce Błyskawica is amazing. Amazing good or amazing bad. Also, yes, very British. Vicky Fluffy. Fake Scottish. Oh, amazing good. Okay. There are some names that I'm generally quite bad at the Russian ship names, but I like to think I'm reasonably good with other nations' names. I don't know what it is about the Russian ship names that are more difficult. Ooh, double tier 6 carriers. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. You like my ship review videos? They're a bit of a mixed bag. I never really settled on a particular fixed format. But I think I do prefer the kind of less... for a while I went really hard in on stats and numbers and here's how it compares with all the other stats and numbers of the ships it'll meet, and I don't know, I kind of felt like that bogged things down a bit. But I think some people prefer that approach. But, you know, these days there are the tools, if you're desperate to see stats and numbers, you can do that yourself. In fact, tanks.gg, which has been a long-standing site utility that you can look up for all the tanks and compare stuff. Like, before you could do that in the game client. For a long time you needed stuff like tanks.gg. Well, now there's that same dev has gone and done a similar thing. But there's also the warships fitting tool, which has been around for longer. It's a little clunky in terms of its use, but it does the job reasonably well. This does have, like, if you, even without the thing, the range mod. This does have an okay range, and you do have a catapult on it, which is okay. There are actually a few aspects of this ship which are genuinely okay. It's just all overshadowed by the poor performance of the AP. In fact, even the HE is just randomly worse. I think it's something like warships.gg. I can't remember offhand now. It does seem to remember. Yeah, decent AA range, 4.8 kilometers. It's not spectacular, but it's okay. Right. Well, this Vesa might hurt. I suspect they're trying to go for me. Yeah. If I get unlucky. And, you know, at this speed, it's not like there's a lot I can do to dodge. Shouldn't be firing HE like I actually. Yeah. And because they're AP bombs, it's not like I can heal much of that back. But hell, it could be worse. It could be the... oh god, what's the Austro-Hungarian one? I can't remember now. Which has way better guns, but basically no AA. Right, the Fubuki's doing that. That's bold. Ships.gg, there we go. I knew it was something.
Enemy cruiser detected.
The turret arrangement's actually quite nice in terms of... Like, you compare this to, say, a New York or a Texas. It means you have more guns available at any one time. Which is obviously welcome. It's just the efficacy of those guns which is questionable. Yeah, I know it is. It's just, you know, the whole point was there are some good tools available these days. Third-party tools, anyway. It'd be nice if we had the in-game tools that Willa Tanks gets. Right, my turret traverse is just hopeless. But that's not unusual for this tier. Is that Nagato firing? Yeah, they're firing high explosive at me, which is weird. It's very weird. Viribus Unitis, there we go. Also, I just looked at the chat at exactly the moment when, yeah, Ada Henrique already answered that. So, yeah, this is a bit of an odd duck. In terms of the performance of its guns, you know, could be a tier 4. Or even a tier 3. It's not like they're super accurate or anything. Guess we should try and finish off this Furutaka. If you get a no carrier game, Viribus is a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, it has pretty terrible health for tier 5. But the guns make up for that. Right, West Virginia coming through the middle, which is a bit weird. But also annoying for me, because, you know, big guns if it hits. What's the Piotr Veliki doing? Still full health. Don't know if they're unspotted or if they've just been untargeted. Standard games are just weird. Bad matchmaking in a weird game. I don't get this reload on top of this, you know, shell performance. It's just such a weird decision by Wargaming. in terms of balancing. Like, it genuinely has confused me why they've done this. Okay, October Revolution's aiming at me right now. Because if it was like super accurate, good pen shells, then okay, a long reload would make sense, but it's basically the worst of all worlds for a battleship. It's a really odd one. And Wargaming swears blind, or at least, you know, when I've asked about it, that they don't balance these ships that you can get for free differently. Honestly, which can feel a little, I don't know, but yeah, this one's peculiar even by that standard. And the thing is, with being a tier 5 as well, if you're top tier and there's no carriers, like, you give up so much for these secondaries that aren't anything particularly special. It's not like they have the accuracy of the Georgia and the Massachusetts. It's just regular tier 5 secondaries accuracy. If I did have the stealthy, like a concealment expert captain on here, it is actually a stealthy tier 5 battleship. That's one of the few good points about it. Is he reversing? Can't tell. I could pop a spotter and see if I can hit the Nagato. I might want to switch to some high explosive here, to be honest.
Spotter airborne.
I think it's the Fubuki that's going to be keeping me spotted right now. Yeah, it will be. So very slow.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Ella Fitzgerald, but spelled with an S. Okay. Oh, hello, Fubuki. Right, if I control click, might be an outside chance we get in range. Oh, never mind, he's dead. I think if you were like full secondaries, I think I did try IFHE, but that's absolutely not worth it. So if you're going to go with secondaries, you basically want to try and set as many fires as possible with the secondaries. But like I say, that's only really useful if you're top tier. It's weird. It's just such a weird set of decisions went into this ship. Piotr's... I don't know, let's just get close enough. What the hell? Why not? Last game of the stream, let's be a bit silly. Secondary duel with an Oklahoma. Let me go back to AP for that, Cesare. So there we go. Pew 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 pew.
The ship is on fire.
Yep, reload is indeed awful. Somehow the secondaries are supposed to make up for the lack of main battery performance. I mean, sure, it is exceptionally good secondary range for tier 5, but with the number you have, with the accuracy you have, yeah. It in no way makes up for the poor performance of the main battery. goes. Nagato's actually now firing AP shells. Hopefully they're going to eat some torpedoes before I die. So even with manual secondaries, we've managed a grand total of 20 secondary hits. Despite being at basically knife fighting range. Which kind of illustrates the worthlessness of a secondary, you know, specialist battleship at tier 5. There's just no point to it. It's just such a bloody weird choice. Oh, well, that was Devonshire Torps, that's fine. Gallisoniere is going to make an appearance very soon. Chaser, yeah, I would say it's for the price they're asking, yeah. Ideally, it would need some kind of mod support, I think, to kind of truly, oh, for goodness sake, to truly make it worthwhile. But even if that doesn't get added, you know, for the price, there's a little bit replayability with it, and certainly with the customization that you can do. You can create your own kind of custom space agencies in terms of the pros and their cons. Right, we got lucky there, but there's more planes coming because, hey, it's a double carrier game. So this is it, you know, this is full secondary spec. This is the speciality of this ship, and it's worthless. You might as well just go for a standard battleship spec because you will get that much more out of it. There's basically no point going full secondaries on this thing. So we're ahead, but, you know, I don't know that I'm going to survive this somehow. Meow! What is it, Sam? Oh, are you coming for me, Furious, with your single remaining bomber? Yeah, okay. Basically a free port slot. I mean, it's a nice enough looking ship, I suppose, and it's got some actual historical basis for being in the game, unlike some of the other ships we have. Is it the Gneisenau that keeps targeting? It must be. There's only the carriers left otherwise. Of course, as it's tier 5, you can't even do operations with it, but yeah. Oh well. The AA at least is not completely terrible for a tier 5 battleship. Almost certainly set fires. Oof, double fire, yep.
The ship is on fire.
Piotr's got rather more health left than I do. So my incredible main gun batteries actually managed to do something. Oh, a Citadel! It's possible. Against an incredibly squashy target. Almost certainly going to die to this Gneisenau now, though. Gneisenau now, there's an awkward phrase to say. Hey, we broke 50k damage! Woo! This thing is just so... I don't know. It's just like, what were they thinking? It's so confusing. Ugh. I'm probably going to die to these torps anyway. Whee! Yep, there we go. So, out of that, a grand total of 50 hits, and we were in range of quite a few ships. 50 hits with manual secondaries for the amount of time we spent in secondary range is pretty pathetic. It's just bad. I think we're going to win this one, though. We just have a few too many ships left. So, yeah, that's full secondary spec Oklahoma. Don't do it. Just don't. Not worth it. Just deck it out as a regular tier 5 battleship and it'll be a bit better. Because the secondaries are just absolutely not worth going into. Might as well actually wait for that to come back. We'll see what the results are. Anyway, however, we do have a giveaway. So let's get that done. So very last chance, if you haven't entered already. Oh yeah, if you had the choice between playing the Texas or the Oklahoma, hands down Texas. Hell, even the New York's more fun. Hell, I think every other tier 5 battleship is more fun. And that includes the French tier 5 battleship, which is, yeah, not so good. Not so good. It's hard to believe that the Oklahoma and the Julio Cesare are the same tier. Right, let's close that. So 37 entries total. So this is going to be 5 CC container codes and then 10 camo codes. So LaFille is our first CC container winner. That's pretty rigged, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty rigged. Coop Dog 50k. It's our second code winner. W Beaver, CC container number 3 winner. The Who Jam, it's number 4. Dar Salon is number 5, and then we're on to our camo codes. Also, let's just quickly check, now that that battle is finished, detailed report. Total 49 secondary hits for a grand total of 7k damage, 2 fires set, and this is with the maximum possible fire setting potential. We got 368 fire damage. So, yeah. Anyway, it's not a fun ship. It's not. Could be more so, but yeah.